Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a hot topic that's been stirring the pot in the economic world: tariffs. More specifically, what have they really done to the US economy? Grab your coffee, sit back, and let's unpack this. So, picture this. It's January, and Donald Trump is back in the White House. What does he do first? He raises tariffs. Yup, he starts slapping those taxes on goods from countries like Mexico, Canada, and China. And he doesn't stop there. He targets steel, aluminum, cars, you name it. In April, he even declares Liberation Day, unleashing a wave of new taxes on goods from all over the globe. Sounds bold, right? But let's break down what this really means for the economy. Right off the bat, we see a knee-jerk reaction in the stock market. The S&P 500 starts sliding down like a kid on a slip and slide, dropping about 12% in just a week after Trump reveals his full plans. Ouch! But hold on. After he rolls back some of those aggressive tariffs, the market bounces back up by about 6% for the year. So what gives? It seems like investors are riding a roller coaster of emotions here. Now let's talk numbers. Even with the tariff chaos, U.S. goods imports were up 17% compared to last year during the first 5 months. Interesting, huh? But here's where it gets tricky. Certain sectors, especially retailers and car companies that are vulnerable to these tariffs, are still feeling the burn. As we approach that July deadline for talks, the uncertainty looms over us like an ominous cloud. And guess what? There's more. Economists and analysts are sounding alarms about consumer spending. Retail sales dropped for 2 consecutive months for the first time since late 2023. That's not just a hiccup. It's a signal that consumers might be tightening their belts amidst rising prices due to these tariffs. Even though Trump and his allies claim fears of higher living costs are overblown, we're seeing evidence that inflation is creeping up in certain categories. Toys are getting more expensive, you get my drift. But here's where things get even spicier. Trump argues that imported goods only account for about 11% of consumer spending in the US. So he believes there's not much to worry about. However, as economists often remind us, those numbers can be deceptive. If companies decide to pass on costs gradually, rather than shock consumers with price hikes all at once, people might not feel it immediately. But trust me, they will feel it eventually. Now let's zoom out a bit more. We're in this weird stall mode right now. Businesses are hesitant to hire or invest because of all this uncertainty. Job creation has slowed down, and while unemployment is currently low at around 4.2%, layoff notices are on the rise. That creates an environment of anxiety for workers and businesses alike. However, amidst all this chaos, we do see some silver linings. After striking a trade deal with Japan that gives firms some clarity amidst this tariff storm, there's potential for growth if negotiations can stabilize trade relations further. So what does this all mean? Are we heading toward a recession or just a soft landing? Economic sentiment is shaky right now. Households might pull back on spending if they sense an economic downturn looming large. Analysts argue we could escape recession territory as long as job growth holds steady. In conclusion, folks, tariffs have certainly created ripples across various sectors of our economy, impacting markets, consumer behavior, and trade relations globally. Whether they're ultimately beneficial or detrimental remains to be seen as we watch how negotiations unfold in the coming months. So what do you think? Are tariffs a necessary tool for protecting American jobs and industries, or an economic gamble that risks pushing us into recession? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this analysis today, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more economic insights. Until next time, stay informed and engaged.